Welcome, folks. Sydney Harbour, first race, 18-footer season 2019-20. On the camera cat with me today, James Bury, Michael Chittenden, a new cameraman, Pierce, and flying the drone, John O'Witty from Aero Media. I'm Andrew Buckland, and I've been around the 18-footer scene for several decades, and looking forward to bringing you another summer of fine weather in Sydney Harbour. Sydney today a little grey, as you would see. First race of the year, so some new young talent, some retirements. Jimmy prominently amongst the retirements. No more Lee Napton.
No more Lee Napton, and I'm sure you'll make the cameo, that's for sure.
Cameos.
And no more Cocko.
No more Michael Coxon, no. I'm suspicious he might be a bit like Johnny Farnham or somebody, Dame Nellie Melba. Yep, the Noakes is going to be late, and who's this here? The Armarine pushing their luck coming at us.
Armarine Pittwater.
So, little tiny rain's call, just this puff here. And the fleet racking up. Asco towards the leeward end. Armarine coming in hot and late. They're going to be 10 seconds late at least, which is not a good way to start the race. Finport at the windward end roaring in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hardly crossing the line on starboard. Asco over the line by 800 metres approx. Who would have thought, Jimmy?
Well,
they've got an issue. They've got a bit of an equipment issue of some kind. To be fair, Finport leads. How's that? So that's the best start Keegan's got in 2 years. Correct?
2 years.
Thanks. Chits has reminded me they were good 1 race out of 8 in the Chochos.
Lasco's just returning down the pin at the moment. We'll stay here in the mix of what we believe to be the leading pack.
We're about half a mile dead downwind where the camera boat is with Smeg. So not that long a beat, in fact, Jones, really, is it?
It's not that long, but, you know, typically in this course too, we don't have a lot of air, so
yeah,
it's not a long course.
It is a light air type event, isn't it?
Go down
beautiful smooth water. Too cold for the spectator boats today, so no sunbaking on Sydney Harbour. Yeah. So, as I mentioned, unusually cool this week in Sydney, and today's continued at the air temperature here where we are around 18, 19. The water temperature about the same. And probably only 20, 21 out in the western suburbs, so only very small thermal influence. Finport leads.
Just try and get around and give you a bit of perspective of how much lead they got there over. That's Winning just to...
Yeah, Winning Group not far behind, James.
No.
What do you think, 1 boat length more or less?
Yeah, be very close, and off there in the distance at the back of that shot you can see the likes of Yandu and Dalzotto, the Kitchen Maker, Rag and Famish.
Well, they're about to impale a 29er here, maybe.
I think, looking at that, Winning Group might have just jumped in front of Finport, Bucko.
Yeah, found a slightly better line of wind here. Finport in the high-risk corner a bit there. Finport tacking now. Going to be bow to bow, I think. No, Finport doesn't get going out of the tack, and Winning Group crosses them easily.
Winning lifted there.
And about to go bang bang here.
Have that for breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Finport
well,
tack. Well, they had to tack there with Winning Group tacking basically right in their air.
pretty good clamp on them from Winning Group. But as you know, up the top here, the right hand usually pays. Finport back into more wind now than the winning group. So here's the cross coming up, and winning group leads Finport by 2 boat lengths, and Finport...
Smeg crossing the Finport.
Smeg just crossing the Finport by the narrowest of margins. Beautiful.
Got a real boat race here.
So the Smeg having a fight with the Fin dinghy now over on the right. The hollow log should be banned.
Hollow log.
That's what they're called. Didn't you know that? James, you ever sailed one?
No, but I know a few blokes that have, and they're quite big, and I wouldn't be picking on them.
No. It's like sailing a small keel boat. No, we should have a lot of respect for people that sail a Fin dinghy. It's quite difficult.
The Kitchen Maker has gone around the blue mark first there.
I think
Tacked around.
the stewards should be called on that one, but yeah, blue, white, white. So that's that's his easiest lap there for the Kitchen Maker.
So we've got the Kitchen Maker, Vintech. This is now on course. This isn't to the top, to the different top marks. So this is the blue mark is obviously the closest one. So looks like Noakes going around the blue one here in third. So on course we have Kitchen Maker leading from Vintech, and then Noakes coming around in third, just sitting there spinning. That's Noakes sailing. And we're just at the top mark on the drone there. They were the 3 leaders on the course before the 3 boys came into it. You got winning group leading from Smeg, and Finport just creeping around the mark just out of screen.
Okay, Jimmy, here's the bet we have to make. Will winning group get back to the leaders on the run?
On this run?
Yeah.
Oh. If I'm betting with your money, Bucko, I'll say yes, but if it's my money, I'll say I'll hold it.
Hold.
Ooh, fresh one just hitting them there.
Yeah, no, he's got a nice lay in there. He's stayed in the puff.
In this group that we're with, Bucko with the Kitchen Maker leading, I dare say Noakes Sailing's got into second now. Birkenhead, Point Marina and Appliances Online. Vintech's still in the mix up here, but this group's really stepped out from all the teams behind us. It's quite a distance back there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Vintech's jibe.
Vintech's going around the other side of the island at this stage.
Jibe angle a bit different. We'll see. He's having a think about it going, oh, what have I done?
Who put that island there?
Yeah, why wasn't I told? So here we go. Birkenhead, Point Marina. Not jibing. Okay. Oh, and Van Munster's a bit early, I think.
Yeah, he's jibed in, not much pressure there, Bucko, so
yep.
He'll hopefully that little puff that he had, he just sort of comes back across it and just gets him around the mark.
No, the puff's lifted off.
Yeah.
Vintech looks like a genius.
They sail 16s down at St George by the same name of the boat as their grandfather. Got the drone up there, Birkenhead, Point Marina, that's us in the middle.
Okay, the Kitchen Maker praying for just a bit more puff. Yep, they're going to get there. How about that? Perfect lay. I'll retract everything I said.
Birkenhead, Point Marina with the ferry again in the background.
Yeah, and the ferry molested Appliances Online as well.
They do have right away, and it's nice that the ferry's been quiet about it. We had an X18 footer skipper driving a ferry through Manly yesterday and was very polite to everyone. Bucko.
Is that the Mighty Cub Bear?
The Mighty Cub Bear.
Bill Barnett, winner of the Giltman in recent history. Mighty fine yachtsman. Kitchen Maker a bit dusty on the drop, but pretty good. So they've done well. But he's now got to go to the white cans the next 2 beats. So
The white?
Yep. He's off 1 minute. He's not a slouch.
Just keep
All
an eye
right.
on these guys.
Shawnee is on the lay line.
Close too. Remember the knock they got in there last time, Bucko?
I know.
Better off being sure.
Yeah, better off overstanding by 2 in this wind speed, that's for sure.
It's a lot quicker than 2 tacks.
He's overstood by more than 2 though, brother, I can tell you. I don't know, I was wrong last time, but 50%, not a bad success rate on these calls. Here we go.
I think this will be advantage Noakes.
Yeah, he's going to have 30 seconds up his sleeve, I would expect, looking at that, and good pressure coming down.
What we might do is try and get the drone to set up to yep, there you go, perfect. Just what I was thinking.
Those drone guys are way in front of you, Jimmy.
Oh, mate.
Just drive the boat and shut up.
That's why I drive the boat.
Shut up.
They drive the drone.
Exactly. Good pressure coming for both these boats. Cold air. Breeze back in the right to some extent here.
So Sean's around.
Should be able to win from there, but we've jinxed him before.
Noakes group is around. Noakes sailing this one. Just pulling the spinnaker on there.
Too much deficit for the other guys. They're on the lay line of the finish. Nearly. 2 jives is all they have to do. Kitchen Maker around in a good puff. Kitchen Maker so much wind they couldn't bear away.
But they're around.
Oh, in winning group, you're right, James. They will get 3rd, I think.
Wow.
Just going to cross, only just. Holy crap. We nearly did jinx them, James.
This is going to be quite a boat race here.
Nah, they'll be right, I think, from there. Sean's on the face of the puff, and the Kitchen Maker's out the back of the puff.
We've got a wetter coming up through the middle.
Mika having a good laugh about it. These guys are on the lay line. Breeze gone back to the right, looking upwind. The leeward end of the line, James, is to the right of the island there. So
yes.
Looking towards the Harbour Bridge.
Probably got a jibe or 2 left in them.
Yeah, they do. They do. The timing of that's pretty important there. They get less pressure and they get lifted as they go in under the point.
Noakes. Sean, Ed and Nath, well done.
Well done, boys, off 3 minutes. And the Kitchen Maker will get 2nd, having started off 1 minute. So, and the gap is nearly 1 minute. So around the course, you can sort of estimate that Kitchen Maker was slightly faster than Noakes, but only by about a minute.
Winning group.
Yeah, not much win anyway. Good 3rd place, and in a sense they struggled after the end of the first when they didn't get any wind down the first part of the first run. It's probably quite a good result for them. Oh, the winning. That gets his job done. Or not.
Got to sort out something to do with that. There we go.
Yeah, got it going.
So 4th, Yandu. 5th, Vintech. Wow. The handicaps definitely are working okay here at the moment, Bucko.
Both boats off 5 minutes.
And then you got Armarine Pittwater in 6.
And
Appliance on line 7.
Armarine on 3 with Marcus Ashley Jones on the wood.
Welcome back to the steering full time, Marcus.
Yep.
And the Rag and Famish and Birkenhead Point Marina very close together there. So nice finishing. Here comes the Smeg.
So this was the peloton all day, more or less, wasn't it? Fighting with each other, getting in each other's way, letting the leaders go away. Not much you could do.
Just reacquainting friendships out here, Bucko.
Yeah, a bit of tap and go racing.
Righto.
So, viewers, hope you've enjoyed our coverage today, and obviously back next week. You see the fleet, as we've said in the coverage, arrive with its game face on, the top boats. Early start to the year, and they all look serious. The contenders, the cream, was getting near the top, but we're looking forward to a pretty competitive season with a good mix of new-ish crews and influx of young talent from 16-footer, 49er, 29er sort of background through the fleet as well. On behalf of the Camera Cat crew, Aero Media, Chits, James, Pierce, thanks everybody. Hope to see you again in a week or so. Bye for now.
Cheers, Bucko.